Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda, heroes like defender of the fatherland, off here to a 1v1 on Mill Road with my co-host, Basil the Kitty Cat, currently purring gently atop of my lap. In the north, it is it's Tiefflieger here fighting for the Oberkommand West Germany, Deutschland. Here taking on the role of the 7th Panzer Division with elite armor featuring 221 Scout cars, emergency repairs, Panzer Commander, heat shells, and the Sturmtiger. In the south, it is Expanser fighting for the army of the Soviet Union, Comrade Stalin, taking on the role here of the 20th Guards Tank Corps with advanced warfare tactics featuring the T-35, radio intercept, conscript assault tactics, infantry repair kits, and the Sturmweg attack style engineers into likely a sniper here versus double Volksgrenadiers for out Tiefflieger. Out Basil. Out keeps climbing. Up on me. So we're off to the races here. And now he has decided he wants to sleep on my back/neck. I'm not so sure that's the greatest place to be, but okay. Sniper start there for Expenser. As mentioned, as always, a big hearty thanks for paid supporters even here in the new year. They will certainly prove to continue to be important here in supporting the Propagandacast, allowing me to keep making new videos, and certainly hoping to be getting to the point we can make Comedies 3 videos regularly. So big thanks to all of you. You've been a huge help last year, and hopefully you'll always be a great help in the new year. Other people can join the ranks by pledging on Patreon, or you can, of course, donate via PayPal. Links in the description, and you'll find a comment, like, share, subscribe, plus the bell button if you wish to support that way as well, as that easy to do as a free method just to get me a bit more exposure here and there. So, off to the races. Sniper sitting out there for Expenser Runner with a scoped Mosin gun. 2-1 there for Tiefflieger. Gonna hunt down that sniper, I imagine. Though, of course, Expenser Runner will, thanks to the radio ability of the commander, be aware of the 2-1. Never mind the fact that, there's a fast supply truck there, probably more than anything also signals. But there you go, the Fulton lands a series of great hits that almost take out the sniper in the first volley. Close call there for Expenser Runner. Ring about the engineers. Penal Troop Squad falling up here for Expenser Runner. The Red Army going straight for the car point. In the south, we got Sturmtiger versus the engineers. 2-1 there is almost done. I like to punch his Speerwagen. There you go, Strafnicki moving forwards here. And there you go. 2-1 is gefechtsbereit for the German army. Penal's going straight for the car point here. North Thief Folks are always going banned up. They're going for the opponent's fuel point now to hit the car point. That would disrupting Expenser Runner's fuel income further. Definitely looking to gain a competitive edge there, which I think is a strategically very wise move there for Tiefflieger. Comes with up there for Expenser Runner. Very good. 2-1 again engineers there. Very good there as well. So engineers with the machine gun there. Very good, very good. An aggressive push here with the armoured car. Hoping to catch the sniper as well there. We do get the anti-tank rifles. Going for the new step sniper. But very wisely deciding to hold fire until the threat of the armoured car has passed, or at least until the penal has been upgraded with anti-tank rifles. We also get some conscript here for Expenser Runner. Is part of his show's his favourite build. He's mixed, at least for now, penal troopers, conscript, snipers, and then maybe even goes from submachine to the conscripts. We'll have to see. Now, of course, the armoured car is being driven back, already heavily damaged. His two parts being taken out of the penal troopers. That said, the armoured car actually managed to get behind some terrain that blocks the penal troopers. Then, of course, now he knows it, so he's very quick to get the 2-1 out of there before, Expenser Runner finish off. But there you go. He's still also managed to render his opponent's fuel point neutral. So there's definitely some pressure here on Expenser Runner in the early game. We've got the Fulton, the penals with the conscripts. Fulton moving ahead here. Rapidly advancing. Bit of skirmishing there. Sturmtiger up 2-1 moving ahead here. Battle headquarters there for Tiefflieger, the Kampfgruppe Hauptquartier. Having hit the truck, they're basically idling for some time. Probably not best for fuel economy when you think about it. Sniper there with 4 kills. half 8 vets into 1. But so far, Tiefflieger has been able to, like with his tactics and overall aggressive drive there, really push Expense Runner back to his base. They're denying him a lot of resources. I mean, he's barely getting anything per minute there. So this has been like a fairly strong start for Tiefflieger and the German army here. The 7th Panzer Division definitely racing far ahead here. We got mounted the Carve Point. Expense Runner, of course, looking to make it harder for Tiefflieger to hit his Carve Point again. I think that is a very sound move tactically. Boons moving ahead here. Battle headquarters up. Need to fix up the 221 here. Maybe an upgrade to the 223. So there you go. Got the Pumas moving forward here with the anti-tank rifles. The P2S41. There's also the PTRD41, which obviously the PTRD40. Either way, basically a bolt action anti-tank rifle. The P2S41 is actually a semi-automatic anti-tank rifle. So now moving ahead here for Expense Runner. Got the fulls of the 221 moving out here as well. Fulls of Canton easy by the St. Victor Point, 221 sneaking further south. Sniper there with 4 kills in the name. Things moving ahead here with the anti-tank rifles. Consul's called here, and there goes Strafner here around it. Well, Kameni's 2 sound like yourself anti-tank, the reality was like with the late war, most have pretty much been scrapped because even like in the early stages of the war, anti-tank rifles weren't even great. And in fact, the Germans have been even just converting a bunch of anti-tank rifles to grenade launchers. That's a fun sight, you know, there. And because the news mine goes on, but again, another aggressive push of a Tiefflieger. The minesweepers came a bit late there. Bit funny enough there. But yeah, once more, Expense Runner with the back to the wall here as Tiefflieger and the 7th Panzer Division once more launches another aggressive drive here, and once more goes to the car point, goes to the fuel point. Expense Runner definitely like trying to swing the game around in his favour, like looking to hit Tiefflieger from an angle that Tiefflieger's not expecting. That said, the armoured cart makes this happening and somehow catch the armoured cart. I think Expense Runner's chance to turn this around are going to look a lot better than they currently are. Got the sniper cons coming about here. Flak after on the way there for Tiefflieger. Sandbags up there. Catching the folks push back the conscripts. Spawn company here for Expense Runner. And there we go, securing the northern point for to secure a bit of extra fuel and munitions. You can also set up that directly on the fuel point or on the munitions point to boost that particular resource more, but I guess it just wants a bit of each. Second truck out, that'll be probably as fast as 500 quarters here from Tiefflieger, though could also be like theoretically a mechanized regiment, but I'd say that would be a very peculiar move here, but never say never. Got the 251-17 flak half tied for Tiefflieger, troops reinforcing here. No medics yet for him. And we can see now Expense Runner being a good chunk of the map here, in part because the 221 is, well, 223 is being locked down here. Of course, the flak half-tech should aid in this measure a lot. Sniper with 5 kills. Probably hasn't gotten as many kills in there as Expense Runner would have liked versus Tiefflieger. And he's pushing westwards here. We got the folks catching them out in the open. Also, is that milk? Well, obviously, milk gone very, very bad, but you know. Flak happening for Tiefflieger, where the Expense Runner has side tech there. Obviously, where he can't push for a fast T-70 here, he just goes to the field gun since he knows it's going to be an attack of more light vehicles. So there, I think, could be in the situation here by Expense Runner. And will definitely be necessary. We've got the flak half tech arriving here. And there we go, using that tool to make a big push here. Note, by the way, the angle of attack. Some players going to push through the centre, but instead he goes for take the angle here and then attack straight that way. That is definitely, I think, a bit sharper there. And again, just highlights his aggressive drive here versus Expense Runner. Again, this time we do get minesweepers. In fact, several mines are spotted and pretty much rendered useless. That said, one mistake, but Tiefflieger's not dealing with it. In fact, we could see them go off there. He needs to get some other troops and grab the point rather than using the Sturmpionier to deal with the mines. Follow the fighting round here. There we go, clearing out mines. That's one set of mines that dealt with. So once more, Expense Runner finds herself with the back against the wall as Tiefflieger once more drives ahead for Deutschland. Strafnig moving out and backed up with the sniper. Germans dropping there. under the rapacious men under Expensive Runner's command. There you go. Field gun, though, proving to be, of course, a significant problem there for the flak half-track, forcing Tiefflieger to get it out of there. More losses there, but again, fuel point hit, resource disrupted, 2 defeat on the carve point. I'm surprised they're not just going to try on the fuel point, but well, we got the Schwerpunkt quarters up here. In fact, you can do that more safely now, since that'll cover both fuel and carve point. So having that on the fuel point would, I think, secure Tiefflieger a significant resource lead here over his opponent, and could be dangerous for Expensive Runner if allowed to keep up. Maximum here for the Red Army, as he tries to stabilize the situation and lay up better defenses, I guess, for the next push here from his opponent. But so far, Tiefflieger continues to maintain excellent pressure and momentum here versus Expensive Runner in the Red Army. Basil continues to sleep on my back / neck. Sturm Peony sees an eastern victory point here. Guinea setting out. Infrared half-track? Am I seeing this right? He's going for the infrared half-track now. Ha! I think that's a first. Like, an 11-12 minute infrared half-track? I beg your pardon? I mean, Tiefflieger is definitely, in some ways, ahead of the curve here, but I still have to question this one. I still have to question it. Fox continues there. Sniper there, finally getting Veterans 1. Whatever the case, this match has definitely gone places now where most matches never ever go. I'm curious to see what his plan is exactly with this infrared half-track versus Expensive Runner. I'm sure Expensive Runner is also really curious about it. Field coming forwards here. Faults being routed. Got the armor covering about north here. Flak half fixed up. Southern points over there. No sign of further take. We got another maximum effects bench running. He's obviously concerned about that German infantry. And not so much about that infrared half track, at least not for now. There were a few units, German units, very late war, like 1945, equipped with like infrared equipment. I believe those were the Panzerdivision Müncheberg and Clausewitz, or maybe actually Müncheberg. It was another named German division. They basically had infrared, well, half tracks. They had, with these massive searchlights, they had the Vampire sight for some of the infantry. And finally, they had Panthers equipped with infrared sights as well. So, little fun fact there. Little fun fact.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
So there we go. Light infantry gun out there for Tiefflieger. We got 433 versus 205. Mines being laid down there. Oh, looks like he's going to set up the fuel point now, maybe? No? No. 9. Yuri, yes. Are these infrared rays healthy for me? What do they look like to you, physician? Well, kinda, if I squint enough after a few glasses of vodka. Oh, shut up. Direct on the armored car by the field gun. Folks are pushing forward to catch on the flank. Next on the flank, they got more folks again pushing here, possibly with the western fuel pointing with the car point. From an angle again, once more Expensive Runner's not expecting. Shot fire there, artillery here from Mr. Tiefflieger. I mean, this would be a pretty good spot to bombard, honestly. But there you go, nice flank again. He's definitely like fairly good, like, you know, moving around Expensive Runner rather than running into him. And we do get some Pepeshkas down there. Constant will increase now far past significant in the close ranges. And they go hit the dirt, and we can see that Tiefflieger, with the citation turn against him, quickly retreats his men to avoid total annihilation. I think that is very good. Straight into a miner, and there's actually a chance of wipe here if he gets lucky. Which does seem to be what Expensive Runner is not.
The enemy has taken
But Walcott's position here needs to reposition his stuff here before, say, Expense Runner Sniper catches on there. We got Tech for Expense Runner, probably going to be straight into the Mechanized Armor Company and begin churning out those T-35s. But yeah, I feel like he should be setting up the fuel point, just, you know, churn out that fuel faster so he can get to those Panzers faster. Bit of skirmish from the south here, and one small unit falling back in the face of Expense Runner's Assault Infantry. Will you upgrade the second Counter Assault with submachine guns is another question here. Infant Hafting in trouble here. Expense Runners on the hunt. Looking to blind Tiefflieger's really big shining eye. And once we're pushing the fuel point here, loads of barbed wire, as you might notice. Bring him for the flak capture, doing penetration to the maximum. In fact, we've got 2 maximums and the field gun here. That's something to retreat here for Tiefflieger pretty schnell. North here, we got the Volks with the conscripts there. We got more trooping headed with 2 Volks squad straight into the Strafbad here. And of course, more crucially, the conscripts. And they had submachines that they've been in a bad mood to rush into the proximity to their close range. But there you go, Molotov off here. Troops being shot, burned, and just snapped out in the open here. Max moving in, field gun as well ready in case it is needed to apply more explosive measures there against the fascists. Here we got the line gun there firing away. Still no kills. And there you go. Expense Runner with a fast T-34-76. Despite everything, he is nonetheless able to push out a tank here. Part of it is just, you know, his opponent going for a lot more light vehicles, but also not setting up that 223 on the fuel point. I mean, it's not like he's using all that munitions anyways. I'm not entirely sure why he's like, you know, so focused on getting munitions as well out of it. That said, he's going to be close to the Panda 4 though.
Capturing our supplies.
Basil continues to sleep. There you go. Panther 4 is already here for Tiefflieger and the German army. Fielding hold fort. Sniper lands an excellent kill here. 18 kills. Close to Vetchi 2. Smokescreen. Directly on the sniper. Panther 4 halfway done. T-34-76 arriving here for Expense Runner the Red Army. North here. Looks like there might be a plan from the flank here. Then again, the Volks is in such a weak condition, you don't be better off retreating and reinforcing them. But there you go. T-34 charging ahead here. Catching the Volks and then proceed to catch it with a pair of Pantherfausts. And there we go. The flak half-track combusts, leaving only the infant half-track as the remaining half-track under Tiefflieger's command here. Panzer 4 ready. Expense Runner, of course, may want to stay up for T-35s. Now, we could also start churning out loads of T-34-76s. We're still not seeing a lot of actual barraging here from the line of the gun, which it feels is a definite oversight here, but Tiefflieger, a definite oversight. Panther 4 on the move here. Reinforcing healing. Panther 4 engaging the conscripts. Panzer Commandant almost done. We got 409 with 21. Tiefflieger looking to flank around. Oh, oops, sorry about that. Up north. Sometimes we use the sort of scroll key to move about in the map there. It does slip a bit. A jerk about a bit, I suppose, another way to put it. But can revert there. He's laying plenty of mines down, looking to spoil the German army assault there, just assault in general. Maximum quality by the Panther 4 full supporting, though probably wants some more support there. One thing worth definitely noting is by now Tiefflieger's attacks are a lot less aggressive and daring compared to like earlier, and there's obviously a lot more threats out here for Expense Runner, but also just multiple maxims, and the tank makes it harder for him to just pull off these attacks so effortlessly could in the early game. Again, ample use of smoke screens I think could do something to alleviate that issue here for Tiefflieger. Another field here for Expansion Runner. In the south here we got the Volksgruppe of the Sturmpunkt versus Conscripts maximum as well here. Tiefflieger rolling in. Feel like Tiefflieger could be a bit more aggressive up north. We are seeing some forces being dispatched, but they're also being put back here by the Conscripts with the submachine guns a bit. But overall, Tiefflieger's really just not got as much map control as he used to. And he's to an extent allowing, I think, Expansion Run to maintain this through, I would say, less efficient attacks and less aggressive attacks as well. Maxim holding up here. Northeast focus with the engineers. Caught there on the open. We can see that Yevgeny drops dead. In the center there, alone Maxim crew valiantly stands against the Panther 4 until it realizes it's a Maxim. It's not an anti-tank gun. It has to get out of there. Sturmpunkt moving in towards the western field point there. Perhaps, I mean, now the west side is completely wide open. It is going to be a great opportunity for Expansion Runner to extend his terrain there, or territory here versus Expansion Runner, but he does not seem too aggressive. In fact, he's going straight ahead now into Expansion Runner, kind of negating again what gave him the early advantage, which is like, you know, being very judicious in how you attack the opponent, not just like looking to like pick the biggest fights possible. So that's great for Expansion Runner though. But definitely something I think that risks undercutting Tiefflieger if he keeps up with this for too long. Looks like Bassel's had enough and wants to get down. So he doesn't step on the keyboard here. Oh, Bassel. What are you doing? Okay, there we go. He's gone. Whew. But yeah, assault there driven north. Tiefflieger once more flanks on the defensive as his Expansion Runner. Having lost whatever little moment of glory there he had sort of built up towards. And once more Expansion Runner control of most of the map there. Partly again I feel like through a slight lag of effort here from Tiefflieger. Like I feel like when he should have pushed westwards, and going for the western fuel points that way extended like terrain also threatened Expansion Runner's rear areas. He run again, going straight into like where every gun from Expansion Runner's pointing. So called in the field gun. Just being around here, we got 3 and 8 versus 221. Expansion Runner's definitely starting to catch up with the Tiefflieger in terms of victory points. And another 76 here from Expansion Runner. I was actually expecting an 85 here, but the 76 is cheaper. I'm guessing just Expansion Runner is definitely just counting on numbers here in terms of tanks. In the south, we've got the Sturmpunkt going for the company, looking to disrupt once more Expansion Runner's resource income. Good, good. Finally extending presence to the west and finally starting to play a bit more smartly again here. Seems like Tiefflieger called himself. We got a Panther here for Tiefflieger. Ein Panzerkampfwagen 5. Part of me actually think a Sturmtiger might have been slightly more beneficial to help blow up the field guns, maybe. Ooh, that feels like a mistake of the Kidnapper, though. He did get a wipe somewhere, but he lost the Kidnapper, which is definitely a mistake here by Tiefflieger. I'm not entirely sure that one's sending like it was. South troops are out there as well. On the bright side for Tiefflieger, at least Expansion Runner destroys instead of grabbing it, since the Kidnapper there under Expansion Runner's command could have been a real headache for Tiefflieger to deal with. Panther slow getting ready. Expansion Runner's second Tiefflieger 4 is ready. Panther 4 getting hammered here by Soviet anti-tank guns or field guns. Tiefflieger rolling ahead here, straight moving from center here. Pulse been caught with the Tiefflieger 4 from 6. And are basically pushed back here as Expansion Runner cleats his way through the western fields. Soviet propaganda music blaring in the background. And there you go, Panther out for Tiefflieger. The Panzerkampfwagen 5. Pride of the Fatherland. Sniper there with 28 kills. A solid kill tally there. Maxim at the ready, troop reinforcing. Not there though, obviously they're back here. Field gun could do with some reinforcements. Contra there, fully up, reinforced once more. Panther lands a nice shot there, obliterating Yuri there with a single shot from his high velocity shell. There go heat shields on the T-54 6, causing increased damage to the tanks. Another shot there, landing an excellent hit there on the T-54 6, pushing it down to half health. Field gun there as well as the Panther, exposing the side armor, those less great. Technically the armor in Companies 2 does not have actual side armor, though of course Companies 3 will have side armor in his tanks, which I think is going to be a definite improvement to armor balancing. A definite improvement. Oh, and the Panda 4 snipes the sniper. Hey Sasha, be careful out there. Don't you tell me what to do, and then boom, splattered out by a Panda 4. I told her, I warned her. Fixing the Panther, you should fire there, folks. Ben's run it. Artillery strike going down there, obliterating, just to make sure the sniper doesn't rise from the grave again or some such. Constantly shouting at the submachines, going straight for the Volksgrenadiers. Orbisland squad here for Tiefflieger, definitely managed to gain some initiative back with that. Tiefflieger central line to fire the Panther, good shot here. Hasn't upgraded the Panther though, you figured he'd upgrade with the Panther command or something. Second shot misses. Coming up here, going straight for the some point. One fun fact about Panthers, they were actually very accurate due to the nature of the gun there, which was a very high velocity gun, meaning, you know, just more speed on it, which besides meaning it had very high penetrative power, it just also made it very accurate. So say other factors like inferior, it also gave it quite a bit of range. It was a very powerful gun in that sense. Fully charged with the conscripts, firing down in the Maxim. Finally starting to barrage. He's only got 1 kill on it, unless he got it wiped again. Yes, he did. Conscript around here by the Schwerer Panzer quarters, also on pushing forwards. Light machine on the way there. Issue to fire the moving forwards here, Flex Ben's runner. .281 177. Panther there, lining up for the next big push for Deutschland. And a Schwerer Wehrmachtsstreber for the mechanized regiment headquarters, and also possibly lining up for King Tiger in the longer run. Panther shoots, misses the HD-5. Sturmpionier versus the Strafbat. Concussive grenade here. Stun grenade, but you know. Technically the Germans didn't have a stun grenade. That'd probably just be like, you know, the regular Stielhand grenade, just for that fragmentation cap around it. As the sleeve specifically, since the Stielhand grenade itself was actually not a fragmentation grenade. So if they want like fragmentation power, the Germans actually have to apply a fragmentation sequel splitter cap or something like that. So that way, you know, give it some fragmentation power. Fun fact. Tracking ahead, need to be careful there, Mr. Tiefflieger. Sturmpionier routed, almost right with the T-34 6. Good chance of wipe here for Expense Runner, which would certainly be helpful there versus Tiefflieger and the Germans. There we go. Wiped out. Definitely punished, but once we're going for the fuel plane in the south, the Oldscat looks like a deep flank here with the Volksgrenadiers. Thumbs up to Tiefflieger. Starting to sort of get back into the groove of things that is costing the Sturmpionier, though you definitely also need to get like the armor back in on the action as well here. But overall, nice moving here on the flanks. Want to grab the victory point too. Reflecting the flanks, it definitely also makes it harder for Expense Runs to maintain, like, you know, strong centers. Again, like, you know, theoretically, like deep flanks would really cause a lot of harm. In fact, it's going straight for the carve point. Tiefflieger definitely starting to get that drive back here, that aggression, that daring do, that spirit of Deutschland. Straight into the penal troopers here, falling a bit back though. T-54 also, of course, proving to be a significant threat here. Again, they are very good at wiping out infantry. Forcing retreat there. Which is why you see some players occasionally escaping the T-70 and just going straight for the T-34 6, because honestly, while the T-70 is great, versus infantry, the T-34 6 is bloody amazing. Like, it can absolutely just wipe infantry in a, you know, matter of moments, and a bunch of them can utterly decimate infantry formations. And they're still fairly good versus medium armor, again, just due to the cheap cost, or relatively cheap cost for a medium tank, and just high rate of fire. Which only gets better with more experience too. Call to the conscripts. Got a still calling on the Panzerkampfwagen Panzerkommandant. Still nothing on the Panther though, surprisingly. You'd figure you'd want the Panzer Command to like allow the Panther to make use of its longer range better independently. But I guess Tiefflieger is not too caught up in that. South looks like we're lining up for an Obersonne flank. We also got a booby trap here on the victory point. Not a bad idea there. Panther lands good in the T-34 from 6, and the Panther 4 scatters the Conscript squad, leaving several men dead in the dirt. Ooh, great hit from the T-34 from 6. Half the unit gone.
Sector is at risk.
Standoff continued to review, but again, you can see Expense Runners managed to like claim a lot of its lost positions and is now control of a good chunk of the map again. Panther from 4 shot bounces. T-34 shot does not. Four's being shot over the T-34 from 6. Close to the Strafniki. There you go. Pune Troop is almost wiped out here by Tiefflieger. Really close call here, but the last man runs, survives for the Red Army. So they have another day to be sent to the Gulag eventually. Panther 40 veterans run there, go good shot on the T-34 from 6 punches cleanly through the armor there with its high velocity 75mm gun. Contra there being hammered by the Lactine Tiefflieger shots, halfway to veteran free. Definitely feel like he could have been doing more with the barrage ability though. Does seem to be one of Tiefflieger's weaknesses, if you will. Like, he's very good with maneuvering and flanking, but when it comes to using abilities like barrage and his artillery, he definitely seems to be lagging a bit behind, which is a bit of a shame. And we got the Common Blitz here going in for a flank here. Heat shield's also being applied. Might want to get the Panther some other troops in. It definitely feels like a bit of a mistake to push here by Tiefflieger. Like, overall, like just sending in a lone Panther is definitely a bad call here by Tiefflieger, almost costing the Panther 2, which does gain veteranly too. Fielding cleared out here. Other field in trouble as well here. Can he move in? He's going to move in the Panther 4 now. Looks like it. Looks like the assault is, despite everything, slightly coming together, but like in a really poorly planned race. It was definitely a really weak start there, as the runners ran over themselves, tripped, and in one case been given the wrong starting time. Panther moving up to provide some fire support here. Good shot there on the T-34 from 6. Maximum trouble here. But the way the assault was executed means again like it quickly loses steam, loses momentum, and then Expense Runner can more easily push it back at a minimal cost here, leaving Tiefflieger then with a bit of a sour experience. So that could have been overall done better. And again, worth noting, artillery wasn't coordinated with it either, and there was crucial also no smoke. So definitely like some, again, room improvement there for Tiefflieger versus the Expense Runner. 1 units on the way there for Expense Runner and the Red Army. Also, the infant half-taker still about there, by the way. Completely forgot about it. Not like it's been like the hugest impact on the field, I think. Obviously, we can't really say ultimately like how big its actual impact has been, but I don't think it's been the #1 unit for the German army here. We'll go for some T-35. I'm surprised he actually hasn't, as it is, you know, a very good medium tank for the Red Army. Panther being fixed up. Now the T-34 from 6 here for Expense Runner, no 85s. Bit of quiet there, Panther 4 being fixed up. Got 247 to 159. T-34 rolling ahead here. Light shot there up north, points being grabbed here by the Volksgrenadiers. Probably getting the conscripts. But yeah, very quiet again here. But at least he's don't extend into the north again, where once more Expense Runner is like barely present. Till he called in, he really hoping to drive over the assault from Expense Runner. It does feel like a bit expensive to achieve that, and we do get a Sturmtiger now. We do get a Sturmtiger for Expense Runner. I mean, again, well handled. This could possibly, crash Expense Runner, but mistaken now at this point could be, pretty much GG for Tiefflieger. So we'll have to see where this works out, and similarly, vice versa. Good push from Expense Runner here versus Tiefflieger could, land him the match. There you go, Sturmtiger rolling ahead here. Tiefflieger rolling ahead here. Folks around west by the T-5476 there. Near ace level at that. Oh boy. Looking forward to get any smoke screens. Nope. In for the half turning up. Peter right line of sight here. Maxim being caught. Falcon forwards. Panther holding reserve. Sturmtiger moving in as well there. Front Vix racing ahead here. She's following up the Sturmtiger, shoots, misses, flat in for the half take. Take hit there. Panther shoots, misses. Sturmtiger shoots in the HT5, stuns it, but doesn't really do anything. I'm not so sure what he's shooting on the HT5 with it. He should be looking for field guns or like maximum defense. It feels like a really bad call there, but Tiefflieger, considering circumstances. And now just the rest of the armor push ahead in again. The HT5 really took no damage anyways. He's just wasted the Sturmtiger effectively. And Expense Runner, the Red Army charges ahead here, quickly occupying fresh positions versus Tiefflieger and the 7th Panzerdivision there, making him look a bit silly. And we got air support going as well there. Could of course activate, there you go. Anti-aircraft guns there. And there you go, H5 shoots the infrared half-tech, almost got it. Opening up the schwere Panzerkorps, all down to half health. Up north here, further finding here, Panther 4 Tropic Field Gun, Maximum C-5476, utterly shred the Volkswagen squad alongside the remaining Sturmabig. And a full wipe there. A devastating blow there to Tiefflieger, who's already a bit out at sea here. And there you go. Sturmtiger taking hit from the HT5 tank, destroy field, could also move here to further apply damage. Another devastating hit punching through the Sturmtiger's thick, frontally sloped arm. Another hit here, down to half health. Definitely feel like that's a mistake again here by Sturmtiger. That's going to cost him the Sturmtiger for Tiefflieger, and there we go. Great kill for Expense Runner. Sturmtiger in the end, despite its course, basically did no damage at all here, and thus was a huge loss here for Tiefflieger economically and strategically. Really, I think, sealing the fight now against Tiefflieger. So I think Tiefflieger's options at this point are significantly limited. Like the Sturmtiger basically being a huge, well, waste there, basically cost them the match, I think, in the end. That Expense Runner stands triumphant and ascendant. Panthers moving forward here last. Deutschland forwards from Tiefflieger's charge hit for the Panther here. Got another wipe then. Tiefflieger, Panther, there we go. GG, game over. Loss here for the German army. Victory for Expense Runner. A fierce fight here with some nice tactics and aggression. But again, as we saw in some previous matches here, Tiefflieger struggled a bit with the mid to late game. Failed to use artillery to maximum of it. Effect, and at times Fiat also chose the wrong engagements against Expense Runner, who had played, I think, a much more safe game, but at times it was really close. It was really close. If just Tiefflieger played a bit more sharply, I think this could have been a German win. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I'll learn something from it, and again, a happy new year to every one of you in the new year, and I'm looking forward to an exciting new year of Companies 2, and more crucially, Companies 3. I really hope we get another Companies 3 built as soon as possible for me to cover. So this is Imperial Engine. Cheers, thank you for watching, and once more do consider supporting the Propagandacast by pledging on Patreon and just donating. Links in the description. This is Imperial Engine. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another Sunday episode. Bye.